version of As You Like It, written by Shakespeare. And so I will have to be doing quite a bit of exposition at the beginning, just so that you're caught up. All right. Our story begins with Orlando, who one fateful day decided to fight the wrestler in a general wrestling match. Moments before, he was met by Rosalind, who had heard nothing but the evil and vileness of the other wrestler and how strong he was. And seeing Orlando, exhorted him to try an enterprise more equal to his strength. But Orlando has nothing to live for. He had lost his father years ago, and his older brother, who was charged with his education and gentility, had denied him both because his older brother, Oliver, had always hated him. So Orlando, with nothing to lose and everything to gain, fought in the wrestling match and won. And dare I say, he conquered more than just the wrestler, for Rosalind fell madly in love with Orlando. And after the match, they met, and it was very clear that Orlando had fallen madly in love with Rosalind. Nonetheless, they did not have words to express their love to one another, and so they parted. First, Rosalind to the court, and she was greeted by Duke Frederick, who years ago had banished her father into the forest of Arden, which you see before you. At that moment, Duke Frederick, who had kept Rosalind along, decided to banish her, being very tired of her virtues. She fled to the forest, along with Touchstone here, who, as you can tell, is the court jester. So, we have, on the way to the forest, well, first off, she decided to disguise herself in order to protect herself, and perhaps for some more wily purposes, and called herself Ganymede. Yes, and dressed herself up as a man. So, on the outskirts of the forest, she met Silvius and myself, both shepherds. And we, well, Silvius could not help but say how much he was in love with this fair shepherdess here, Phoebe. And we will just see how little she requited that love. So, but this moment reminded Rosalind of her deep love for Orlando. And she did not forget it. Nor did Orlando. For after the wrestling match, Orlando got wind that his brother was going to kill him. And so he escaped into the forest. And safe, he began to recall Rosalind and began to write love poetry about how much he loved her. And with this poetry, he put it on every tree. And so begins our story.